I have them right here, and we can do them when we get to the.
Yeah, I know. I have to have some.
Oh, I'll pick up this Sandy. It's a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Yep.
Is this anyone's mug?
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Open the way. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
I'd like to start us with just feeling our feet upon the ground. Breathe into our hearts and offer gratitude to this beautiful land, to this sacred land that we stand on. We come with open hearts. We come with respect and love. We come with great gratitude to all who have lived and died here, all that has passed on this land. Commit each in our own way to walk with respect, with dignity, and with honor from this moment forward. And we understand Mother Earth is our true mother, and we are all connected. So we offer this as our thanks of humans. Also, we ask for forgiveness for those humans who may have done harm. Maybe do better, and maybe teach our children to do better. Thank you. So we gather here on this day to honor the women of the world, to honor our sisters who have been in harm's way, who've been oppressed, who've made you feel less than. We come together with one heart in this moment, unified in solidarity, so that we may do better and we may support them and we may support each other. Whatever our life purpose is for each one of us. May we find what that is, and may we love ourselves and respect ourselves so that we may bring that out into the world. But if it doesn't start right here, it is difficult to love what is outside of ourselves.
Take this time, my nurse is Dr. Mama, Mother Earth. His animal allies are jaguar and anaconda. Mother Earth sustains us in every aspect of our lives. We must take care of her. And I honor Mama Kia on this special day, and especially tomorrow. Mama Kia is Mother Moon, who rules over all the waters of the earth. Her animal allies are dolphin and whale. And to pay homage and honor now to Mother Moon, full world moon that happens tonight and tomorrow. She grace us with her energy, power, and strengthen us. call in Koichi in the north. Koichi, who is, the animal ally is eagle and condor. North is air and spirit. Call this into us now. Every single person in this circle and outside of our circle, we ask spirit to fill everyone with grace and love and compassion. And Inti in the east, Father Sun, who warms us, nurtures us in tandem with Mother Earth, Pachamama. And in our center, Kanche, we have to look within to see who we really are, to make sure that we are guided by our soul mind in place of our ego mind, our brain mind. And when we are connecting with Kanche, the center of self, we are living the right life. We are living in a good way, with good medicine. I call forth these elements, these animal spirits of the world and the universe. Fill us with your gifts and your strengths, that we may go out into the world and do our work to help free enslaved women. This handprint over my mouth is to represent the missing and murdered indigenous women of North America and Central America and South America. All the missing and murdered women everywhere. It must stop. And we are the ones that have to make it stop. We have to take action. We have to spread the word. We have to inform our friends and our families and our colleagues of the work that must be done. I call in the powers and the strengths of these directions to bless each and every one of us, to fill us with their strength and their gifts, that we may go forth empowered, enlightened, in love.
Deep gratitude for your care and your courage of all ages, for your sight along a future that is filled with inclusion and empowerment, because the forces that would drain us of our power start with hopelessness and helplessness and hurt and hate. And then they subsume us and foster fear in us. The Zapatista women have stood in Chiapas and said that we do not need to ask permission of any man in a patriarchy. Without calling it this, they are standing for a balanced humanarchy, where they have rights, where the equality is not the equality of everybody gets to be enslaved, it's the equality of everyone gets to move and stand free. We are here today in this cold town, a black woman from Los Angeles. We are here today in this cold town to remember humor, to remember that our power is rooted in shadow and shine, that it is not linear, it is a sphere. It is a set of lenses that we bring to how we look at the world and how we take action in the world because of what we see, because of what we sense, because what Spirit or God or Felix the Cat says to you about what it is that you're called to do. This is an invitation to stand. This is an invitation to act. This is an invitation to tap into the power that is at this center just as it is in our centers. We get to move from a place of balance and love and inclusion and welcome and mutual empowerment everywhere we go, because we're awake, and we awaken more every day as we stand and walk that path of awakening. The Zapatista women have put out a call. Please read it. Please be inside our modern rituals of technology that give us access to women who are calling out for empowerment of everyone from all the way across a nation, all the way across a continent, for all of the ancient ways, for all of what we are rooted into. We also have wings, and that is not to be forgotten, or I suggest that it's not. I do not arrogate to speak for other less requested, so I'm simply inviting you into your power, because there's real power in choice. We are choosing to be here in love. We are choosing to be here in solidarity. We are reaching out from our centers and saying what we are the micro of, there is a macro that we can live into. That's what's here today as an opportunity. However, it's an invitation. You don't have to do anything. There are a whole bunch of people who won't. We get to. We get to choose it. We get to be in alignment. We get to do the good. We get to do that. It's an honor. And if you hold it as such, then it's a lot less cold. We're a lot warmer from the inside forward. And so in this moment, as we all come together, I would like for everybody to put your hands up and out. I would like you to turn them up to the sky that calls us and calls our wings forward to bring this medicine out into the world with all of the glory and gratitude and joy and power that we can possibly muster. Today, we get to be in our power. Turn your palms down so that we root all of that medicine from the sky into Mother Earth, so that she may one day celebrate with us as we change things so that she can, because we are the ones who will do that. Put your arms forward for where we will live into, with everyone as much as possible, so that we're calling them into the embrace of mutual empowerment, and then bring that in to our centers, so that what is personal is professional, political, and public, so that all can be called in one way or another, so that we can inspire ourselves, inspire others to take a stand. Y'all up for that? Yeah. Okay, that's the game we're playing today. We bring modern ceremony to ancient ritual on this day, and take action out of these prayers that we hold. About like that.
We do have a basket right by the pillar there that is going to Chiapas, where the Zapatistas live, to support Schools for Chiapas, which is an organization that is building schools for the Mayan children. So I want to invite, if you feel like you want to give in that way as well, that is there, and absolutely no pressure. That I feel like giving really does feel more resonant when it comes from a place of joy and love, and not that place of fear. So if it feels joyous to give in that way, there is a vessel there to receive. So thank you again for all being here and taking this time out of your everyday lives to be in ceremony and prayer together. I also want to give a recognition that right now there are messages coming at us to not be together, to not come in the circle, and to not be around other people. what?
And safety.
Yes, it feels really powerful. I just kept getting these images that through it all, we're going to keep coming right back here, hand in hand, heart to heart, with spirit in the center. So thank you for being part of this today. I want to anchor in our ceremony, our prayers down into the earth, connect in our hearts, and then send it out into the world. So we're going to do this through our tones of Ma. The first one's going to go down and root us and go right down into the center of the earth. The second one will connect in our hearts, and the third, like I said, will go up and out. And I like to imagine a rainbow light beam doing that and carrying all of our prayers where they need to go. And I also want to invite us as we go up to also imagine that this rainbow surrounds us as well. So it's kind of, going up and out and then holding us and embracing us. So if you can envision that with me, that would be great. So we're going to do this all together. And if you're finished with your out breath, wait for us to finish so that we're all in unison together with our voices. So deep breath in, down into the mother.
Mother Earth, Mother to us all, thank you for being the foundation. Thank you for providing us with all that we need. Thank you for nurturing us in all the ways that you do. We are all your children. We are children of the earth and sky. We are daughters of the earth and sky. Fill us with the strength and the courage to become all that we are meant to be. Fill our hearts with love and compassion and loving kindness. Fill us with dignity, with respect for all life. When the earth is sick and dying, there will come a tribe of people of all races. And they will have faith. Faith in deeds, not in words. And this will heal the earth and make it green again. We are those people. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. We are here, and now is the moment. Thank you for this life, Mother. Thank you for loving us, no matter what we do.
Everyone's presence here today. I feel each and every one of you. I have to say I was distracted a little bit because we have visitors from the spirit realm that are here with us. And I am so grateful and thankful that they have chosen to be present with us. I am grateful and thankful for life, for my life, for the life of this planet, for the lives of every single being on this planet. I'm so grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the moon. I'm grateful for the light and the dark, for the water and the fire, for the earth and the fruits of the trees. We should always be grateful. It doesn't matter what you're going through, what you may be experiencing. I know struggle. I know many of you know struggle. But I am still thankful. I am still grateful for the gifts Pachamama bestows upon me, upon all of us. I am grateful that we can come together in a circle like this and pray for the Zapatista women, for all women who are sacred. I pray that we each and every one look inside of us and find and connect with your divine feminine. It is the time, the era of the divine feminine. That we could all connect with that divine feminine within us. We would see with better eyes. We would hear with better ears. We would speak with kinder words. And love would embrace us. That's all there is. That's all we need. And a little action behind it. But if we come from the center, from the place of love, and take action, decisions and choices made by our soul mind, we make great change. Not only for ourselves individually, but for our families, our friends, our communities, and it spreads from there. I myself have to pay heed to my own diligence in being grateful and embracing my divine feminine. The goddess wants no less from us. I am grateful and thankful to each and every soul here in this circle. Each and every one. Thank you. I really feel you in my heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There's something about that thing when you birth a something else out of you, where you're always connected to that something else. And it doesn't matter what species that is, or what sourcing that is, that connection remains. We are all born out of this clay. We are all born out of the dust and dirt that we stand on and in. On our altar, there's something that says the world was born yearning to be a home for everyone. As we stand here in nature and feel our gratitude and our gratitude for being here, there is also the reality that we are in a city. That there are cities on this earth, not just parks and Amazonian rainforests. That the prayers that we say are for those who live here by choice or by some sort of demand in their lives. We are here with the earth loving all of us, calling for a love that brings us together, whether it's city or country, whether it is nature or the Ritz-Carlton. I'm voting for the Ritz. One way or another, we're all coming together out of this place, this land, this planet, this earth, this Gaia that we love with such diligence and ferocity. It is our mother. We are her children, its children. It doesn't have to be binary. Go wind up with Father Earth sometime. It gets to be Earth. It gets to be Gaia. It gets to be a home. We have a home for everyone because you're here and we're here. We have an opportunity to come together here to take care of that which sources all of us. That's what we get to do. This heartbeat that we're holding is our heartbeat, and as long as our hearts are beating, the earth's heart is beating with us. We are in alignment in these ways. And there is both joy and sadness at what we've done that doesn't work, and joy for what we are doing that does work. We all get to do it. We all get to take a step. And so the request that I am feeling from this ground through my Los Angelian feet is that there's a call to step into nature, our intense nature of connection that we can allow, because arms are outstretched. There's a call not to belong, because I don't want to keep being a longing for something. I want the connection to occur. And that is what I hope for all of us, that that connection does occur, because united we stand, divisive we fall. So when we are not divisive, we have the opportunity to be in our power together. And ultimately, when we talk about the earth, this is part of what we're talking about. This way of finding new ways that work, of coming together. As we are here, as we do in our daily lives, as we do when we're in the city, as we do when we're in the country. All of that's the same because the street is the temple and the temple is the street, and that is being lived right here today by all of us. Or that's my hope. Again, that's my invitation. I'm not going to tell y'all what to do. You're going to have to choose that from a place of power so we bring all our power together. That is what I believe the earth is calling for, regardless of your gender, regardless of your parts, regardless of where you stand, regardless of where you live. There's a call for us to come together in action. And so in this moment, the earth is calling for our love, not as armchair, as action, ultimately. That's about it.
We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Women of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Women of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Women of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. Rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Women of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Women of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up.
I just saw someone else come back.
Hi, Maria. Hello, pretty camera. We're doing a thing. We're doing a thing. We get to celebrate Mother Earth. We get to celebrate the Zapatista women. We get to celebrate the Zapatistas in general. We get to do all the things that are shadow and shine.
And we got the grandma, the elders.
elders here.
In the flow, the elders.
Well, we have grandmothers and a crazy shaman. Yeah, we got that happening.
Wait, crazy shaman.
Crazy shaman walking to a bar. Okay, like
Bestseller.
bestseller. No, if I title a book "Two Grandmothers and a Crazy Shaman Walking to a Bar," I will make money.
Yeah. I want to illustrate it.
You're
Ooh,
on.
we're on.
Oh, man.
No, you know I'm serious.
I know you are.
Oh.
I am too.
Okay, then good.
Well, I got it on camera.
On camera, two grandmothers and a crazy shaman walking to a bar. Oh yeah, by the three of us. Here we go. Okay, that'll work. Oh yeah, that's right. We're waiting for Katrina.
Waiting.
And so we wait.
No, I know.
Oh wow.
This one too?
Yeah.
Not really.
No, this is a tiny guy. I think that actually is called a red dot.
When I met Una, I would tell, because my first name in our fire tribe was Yuppie Diva. And
I remember her.
Yuppie Diva. Oh yeah, you do. Oh yeah, you do. And when I met her, I would say, "So I'm out here in nature with all you hippies. What do they call this stuff again?" They're like, "What stuff?" I'm like, "That stuff. Green, flat stuff." They're like, "Yeah."
I got this one. They were like, that's the last one.
The hard thing. I'm like, yeah. Okay. I'm from LA. I'm from LA and I'm autistic. What am I doing? What am I doing?
You just stand on something soft.
Oh, it's because these brilliant hippies have called me back to nature. I've spent more time in nature in the past 20 years than I did for the 30, 40 years before that.
Did you know that they had a concession stand?
Yes.
Can I get a picture?
Way ahead of you.
Yeah, here it comes. Oh, Good. That's what they're for.
That's what
Here we go
they're
again.
for. Here we go.
Here we go again. Wait here. Thank you.
Hey, sacred for the sacred.
It's fun looking for the little guns. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Rose petals behind us, Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I didn't want to walk.
Yeah.
No, it's you string bells on.
Rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Together we're creating a world afraid of feeling. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Women of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Women of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise initiating healing. Together we're creating a world afraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 When the world are gathering, together we're creating a world unafraid of feeling. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Gathering, together we're creating a world not afraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Where the world are gathering, together we're creating a world unafraid of healing. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. 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 Living of the world are gathering. Together we're creating a world unafraid of feeling. We're initiating healing. So rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, rise up, rise up.
How about there is a new way to walk
On the earth, there is a new way to walk on the earth with kindness and gratitude, respect for all lives. A new way to walk on the earth. There is a new way to walk on the earth with kindness and gratitude, respect for all life. With kindness and gratitude, respect for all life. There is a new way to walk on the earth. Respect for all life. Kindness and gratitude, respect for all life. There is a new way to walk on the earth. Kindness and gratitude, respect for all life. With kindness and gratitude, respect for all life. With kindness and gratitude, respect for our lives. There is a new way to walk on the earth. There is a new way to walk on the earth. With kindness and gratitude, respect for all life. With kindness and gratitude, respect for all life.
So it's so to have you with us, and I'm so happy I got to know you a little bit. And I want to say, you have your beautiful birth mama, And all these women here are your aunties and mamas of a sort, and that the mother that is the mother for all of us is Mother Earth. So remember to love yourself and respect yourself and your mama and your sisters and Mother Earth and all her children, which are the birds and the deer and the four-legged and the fish that swim in the ocean and in the waters and all the creepy crawly bugs that crawl on the earth. And even those trees are our relations, those trees. So we want to take care of ourselves and we want to take care of our world. And hopefully this group of people, we're going to make it as good as we can for you, because you have a lot to offer and a long time to be here, and we love you. I love you. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
They're so amazingly beautiful. You have a great mom. I'm glad she's bringing you to things like this. You're young enough now where you don't have to grow up and wait until you're 40 and 50 years old and say, oh, now I need to start thinking spiritually. You're learning it now, which is wonderful. So thank you, Mommy. Okay? You're graced with everything that this world, like your mama, is offering you. As children, you're blessed. And yes, just the way I was going to call you Abba. Una stated that, you know, we're all your aunties and uncles, okay? And that we have your back. Backs. Okay, I love you. I'm sure this whole wonderful group, all your aunties and uncles love you. And we're looking forward to seeing how you grow and flower and blossom in your soul self, in your beautiful self. Because you are beautiful. Remember that.
Thank you.
Oh, Mama, what a group you got.
Nature to have her way. She understands her business better than we do. Quoted by a French poet.
Nice. All right, you ready?
Beautiful.
I got a poem by Shel Silverstein.
Yes. Nice and loud.
Called No Difference. Small as a peanut, big as a giant. We're all the same size when we turn off the light. Rich as a sultan, poor as a might. We're all worth the same when we turn off the light. Red, black, or orange, yellow, or white. We all look the same when we turn off the light. So maybe the way to make everything right is for God to just reach out and turn off the light.
Yeah.
So Althea would like you all to put your hands on your hearts, please.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Althea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'd love to take a moment for all of us to add our prayers.
Put our prayers into this space.
Kia baba tore tu kawa mikini waki mikriawe riko kia tainate pamutu musika urakawa mapuyawa ya te estabas entre todas las mujeres Jesús santo y de paz your daughters.
Oh, thank you. I love them so.
I'm coming with you. You're not done with me yet.
Okay, well, thank goodness. I was hoping too little. Get more, please.
All right. Well,
How you doing?
I hopefully won't.
Brothers, sisters, please get ready. Brothers, sisters, please get ready. Brothers, sisters, please get ready. For the time is drawing near. Oh, there'll be signs and wonders.
Wrong verse, probably.
We're going.
Sounded good.
Yeah, we're going.
Sounded amazing.
Verse.
For the time is drawing near. I can feel my heart beating to the rhythm of the lakes and trees. When I say yes to the wolf in me, I can set my howling free. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh. I can feel my heart beating to the rhythm of the lake and trees. When I say yes to the wolf and me, I can set my howling free. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh. I can feel my heart beating to the rhythm of the lake and trees. When I say yes to the wolf and me, I can set my howl free. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, beating to the rhythm of the lake and trees. And I say yes to the wolf and me, I can set my howl free. Ah, ooh. I can. People gone, where people stone, people we are weaving the web of life. Weavers, weavers, we are weaving the web of life. We are weaving the web of life. Spirit people, bone people, air people, stone people, we are weaving the web of life. Spirit people, bone people, air people, stone people, we are weaving the web of life. Weavers, weavers, we are weaving the web of life. Bring water, bring earth. You a new universe will birth. Make yourself a power spot. Say what? Bring your stone and a cooking pot. Bring air, bring fire, bring water, bring earth. You a new universe will birth. Make yourself a power spot. Bring your spoon and a cooking pot. Bring air, bring fire, bring water, bring earth. You a new universe will birth. One more time. Make yourself a power spot. Say what? Bring your spoon and a cooking pot. Bring air, bring fire, bring water, bring earth. You a new universe will birth. Yeah. You know, Phyllis Wheatley was one of the first representations of empowered black womanhood that I learned about in 1964. They hadn't killed Martin yet. And here we are in 2020 celebrating so many
shifts and changes and growth that had happened, and standing up for the shifts and changes and growth that have not happened. Here we are with these statues of women in a city that has been known in the past for its misogyny and racism, that has lifted itself up out of that to actually stand and be able to have these statues that honor these women who were brave, who stood up and stood out. One of the things that happens in societies that oppress is that they create silences for those who would stand up for themselves. In the microcultures of our internal selves, we silence that within us, which is empowering and powerful. In the macrocosms of our households, we may be silenced by our partners, or even silenced by our children, or what we are afraid of, either in them or for them. And then in the greater culture, which is a patriarchy, because it's a patriarchy, we are second in that. And being men comes first. We are moving towards a humanarchy, where there isn't a hierarchy of gender. There isn't a hierarchy of intersectionalness. What there is an opportunity for us to build bridges between all of the intersectional sections so that we gain the power that comes from specialization. Those of us who are here, we're specializing in being receptive. We're specializing in however we interpret what it is that we get to do in the world that embraces it. That's one of the things that we're told we specialize in. Some of us, regardless of our gender, specialize in penetrativeness, she says, looking at the videographer, who's a dear friend and taught me the value of safety and penetration in a female form. We're here today to celebrate those who have stood up, survived, escaped, gotten strong, made a difference. We are here to pray for those who cannot stand up, who do not know what escape could possibly look like, who have absolutely no prospects of being able to stand up for themselves or even stand up with help. We send them our energy because we are medicine people. We are the people that we are hoping for. We get to live into the legend of our power. We get to live into the legend of the difference that we have the privilege and honor of making. It's not a burden to stand up and make a difference. It's an honor. It's a gift. It's an opportunity to bring our gratitude to that, so that we make the difference that we really want to make from our places of inclusion, welcome, and empowerment for ourselves and each other. Only those who could not speak can speak for those who cannot speak. The Zapatista women knew that. 10 years ago, they and their compatriots of every gender type got together and decided that they were going to stake a claim in Chiapas for freedom. They were going to stake a claim for agency. They were going to stake a claim for power, that is the ability, power being defined as the ability to reach and influence that which is not our isness. They took that stand and they made it real. They're an example. They have called out to the world on this International Women's Day for each of us, regardless of the parts that we have and what we do with them, have called for all of us to stand up and make a difference, to stand out in that difference making so that we can be examples of what love looks like in action, what it looks like to embrace others with an openness and a power that is not about belonging. I don't want to long to be. It's a power of embrace. It's a power of welcome. It's an opportunity for us to reach out and around and say, here is a place where there is safety. Here is a place where there's enough safety for it to move into security. Here is a place where there's enough security for us to be able to stand in our sovereignty and reach out and make a difference. The earth is generator for all of us. It's mother and father. It can protect and it nurtures. It does all the things that we attribute to a particular gender. It's called love, and love does not have a gender. Love is about standing up and reaching out and reaching around and saying, I've got your back, I've got your front, I'm up underneath you, stand on my back, I'm up above you, I'm leading you with my wings, I am showing you where the thermals are and where you might drop out of the sky and die. I am showing you how to not die. I am showing you what living can look like when you live into the legend that you write with your goodness. And every single one of us here is standing in the opportunity to do exactly that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, in this circle of staffs, in this modern ritual of love and empowerment and graciousness, where grace from Spirit itself has come down with and for all of us, in this space of staffs, we are saying there's a commitment that a staff holds. There's a commitment to integrity. There's a commitment to transparency and honesty. There's a commitment to stand up for ourselves so that we may stand up for others. Put on your own oxygen mask first. That's real. Okay? We get to make choices. They're not always the smartest choices. Sometimes you got to do the big stupid to do right. Sometimes you have to make choices that go against the grain in order to be in alignment. There's a phrase, I shall be free, when the fullness of the experience is greater than the security of my armor. On a small microcosm, nanocosm level, that's what we get to do to get to freedom. And we get to model the freedom that we champion for others on what we know. We have traditions that go back thousands of years that run in our blood that we carry forward. We don't even know what we're doing sometimes when we're downloading and we're channeling. We just know this is the right thing to do. That's coming from another time, another place. We're medicine people who honor that on the mountainside of things, and we are surrounded by wealth. I've been in these homes with ladders in their personal libraries for all 3 stories. Okay? Money is not an enemy. The mainstream is not an enemy. The folks in the mainstream who are looking at us from these windows are wondering if we're the medicine people who will not mock them for their money. If we are the medicine people who will actually open our arms the way that we say that we will, and we don't always. They're wondering whether or not their gift of money is going to be accepted in exchange for the gift of our medicines of energy. And all of that happens all over the world. This is the time of bridging. Yes, there's a rising up of the divine feminine. Yes, there's a rising up of the divine receptive. And that's no longer assigned to gender. It's no longer, rage is no longer assigned to color. I'm not an angry black woman. That's the thing. I'm not that. Sometimes we have to stand up and take the opportunity to bridge across intersectionality, to set ourselves up so that we can make a difference in what we're doing with the people who are in front of us and the circumstances that Spirit has given us. This is what we're here for, beloveds. This opportunity to make that difference. This opportunity to stand up, stand out, stand down from our high horses and stand with our beloveds all over the world of any intersectional stripe. That's what this is about, at least for me. And I see on your faces by your smiles that it may be for you too. So here's what we get to do. We get to be in our joyful empowerment. Okay, dirges don't get people dancing, I'm just saying. Okay? We get to stand in our joy. We get to stand in that power. We get to stand in the things that lift us up so that others can be lifted up with us and by us. And as long as we hold gratitude for being able to use our delight and our privilege and all of the things that we've been given to make the difference, then we're standing with women like the Zapatistas who had pretty much a whole bunch of nothing and stood up anyway. This is our time, sweet ones. This is our time to claim the differences that we can make, that we can name. And so please, let's put our prayers, our energy, all that medicine that we've worked on the mountain to get ready for this time, this now, this moment of grace to lift all of us up together. We fly better that way, and flying's what we're here for now. And there's a whole world, there's a whole planet of 8 billion people who are ready to fly with us when we show them what embrace can look like, that is based in safety, not judgment. Okay? That's my prayer. I hope y'all will join me in that. Because it seems to me that we're all here to get inspired so that we can make a difference. And then so that we do. Y'all ready to play that game?
Yes.
That was weak. Thank you for all the staff carriers who brought your medicine and your magic collected into this one rod that is also the chalice. Thank you to all of the ancestors underneath this land, buried and composted into nourishment for the trees that it radiates out to us so that we can feel it in this moment. Thank you very much, as my city Los Angelian self calls to nature and says, we're standing with you. Thank you to everyone who has come today from near and far to bring your glorious heart to this moment, to this center, to what it is that we are collectively bringing into the world, where may we remain connected to the end of days. May we all find peace that we can share. May we all find glory in our good work, because behavior that's rewarded persists. Behavior that's cherished innovates. Behavior that's celebrated evolves. And let's face it, evolution is just a bunch of innovations having a rave in the culture sub-basement. So we get to innovate and evolve just by stepping out of our comfort zones to make a difference and then not dying. That's all it takes to innovate.
And then if that happens, it happens.
And then it happens, it happens.
That's where we're going.
That's right. So we all get to make a difference. Never, please, to the end of the days and you see your maker, do not think that you cannot make a difference, because your very existence, your breathing matters. So since you've already won and you're already doing great because you can fog up a mirror without mechanical assistance, you can't lose. All you got to do is just step out and make a difference, and you're good. Yay, you. Okay? The more you celebrate yourself, the bigger the difference you get to make. And that's real. All right? So thank you to everyone who has come here this day, who set up this day so that it could happen with such seamless graciousness. I want to thank Katrina for calling us forward with such power and love, with your wings that span a continent.
You all keep showing up, so I'm gonna.
Well, you keep inviting us, Witch. Okay? You got me all out in nature and public and stuff. All right? So, Thank you to each of you from whatever your space was to get yourself here. Whether you wandered past or walked the whole way, it matters because there's a butterfly effect and your energetics are rippling out into the world as we speak. So please stand tall. For those who cannot, please reach down and deep for those who cannot rise. Please reach out for those who are terrified to reach back and then stand in patience so that a space is created for them to come into. That's how we all get to play the game of do the good goods and make a difference so it all gets better. It's not some pie in the sky. 1 foot in front of the other, that's all you got to do, and you'll get it. All right? That's the blessing for today, that we did it. We got it right, and we did it, and that's real. Okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, that's about it.
Thank you.
So we're going to end with a song. Melanie's got the words to pass out so that we have them.
I have enough for everybody, so
We share.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I kind of.
And may all sisters know that they are strong. And may all daughters know that they are powerful. That the circle of women may live on. That the circle of women may live on. And may all mothers know that they are loved. And may all sisters know that they are strong. And may all daughters know that they are powerful. That the fire of the goddess may burn on. That the fire of the goddess may burn on.
Could we all please put our hands over the center of the staffs and take this in and then take it forward out into our lives? We are a tribe of living medicine people, bridging our medicines into the mainstream, regardless of intersectional differences, so that we are bridging diversity into love, inclusion, welcome, and empowerment. That is my prayer. I invite you to join all of us around the world in that prayer.
And lead with love. Put 1 foot in front of the other. And lead with love. We're gonna put 1 foot in front of the other. And lead with love. Put 1 foot in front of the other. And lead with love. We're gonna put 1 foot in front of the other. And lead with love. Put 1 foot in front of the other. And lead with love. 1 foot in front of the other.